you say from coach and then open it up to questions?
Well, I thought it was a hard-fought win by us, and not the prettiest, especially from a shooting perspective, and not as many assists as we normally get. But I thought our guys did a good job of taking what was given to us, and they are a talented team, and I think they're improving each time they play people. So we're glad to come out of the game with a win.
You mentioned it wasn't a pretty shooting game and you didn't have as many assists. How was this team maybe built to win in different ways than maybe you were a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what we do is try to put our guys in the best places to flourish, and for years it was sort of, this is what we do, you join us and do exactly what we say, but some of our guys are more apt to sort of drive it and crafty finishes and whatever it may be. So we're okay with that as long as we're scoring and playing at a pace that we like, and then also defending.
How tough were they to close out on? From the perimeter, they moved the ball pretty well. They shoot a lot of threes. How much of a challenge was it to keep closing out?
It was definitely tough, but we work on in practice, just never giving up on a play, and just at all times giving 100% to close out to whoever it is, because we know that our teammate has our back too. So, yeah.
Yep. How do you, in today's college basketball, how do you get the buy-in that you guys clearly have? I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody really cares much who's playing. Everybody plays, but who's scoring? That's fairly unusual. How do you go about putting together a squad like that when you've got guys coming from different backgrounds?
Yeah. Well, people don't talk about us recruiting. People get these sort of terms associated with them, and it's not usually my brother or me or anybody in that family saying, wow, they go out, they recruit. But we take pride in evaluating and recruiting, and so Kyle Pulliam here is a great player, but you evaluate the way he plays, but you also evaluate what you're bringing in. And so he was one of our first recruits, and in the whirlwind first days that we get here, we think we know what we're talking about, and we convince him to come here, and he's jumped through so many hoops to be here and to be able to graduate next year. And so I've always thought that's interesting. I take pride in evaluating, and so he's a William and Mary man and someone that we're all proud of, and that's the first thing. When you sit with him and his parents and his siblings, you're always aware that you are with an impressive person, whether he makes shots or doesn't.
Kyle, what made you want to be a part of this?
Yeah, so this was actually, William and Mary was my first visit when I entered the transfer portal. And immediately when I met the coaching staff, everything seemed genuine, and it really seemed like they were trying to build a genuine culture and just community of people that just love playing basketball and love being there for each other. So, yeah.
And as coach, a little bit about how you guys are built to win in different ways. You don't have to rely, you didn't hit a three until late in the first half, I think, but then you went into the lead. How is that a different sort of construction than you guys were last year? Maybe you were a little more three-point reliant.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
Yeah,
sorry.
No,
you're good.
How are you guys built differently this year where you don't have to have a great shooting night to win?
I think it all just starts on effort. Like it's all built off of effort and practices. We know that we're going to have the games where we're not shooting a great percentage, but that's not really what matters when it comes down to the end of the games. It's whether you get a stop and whether you get to finish the possession with a rebound.
Strange time of year. You just came off exams. It's a long break. You have another big break coming up, I guess. You just finished the non-conference. What do you think you've learned, and what are you looking to do over these next 10 days as you get ready for CAA?
Yeah, just make sure we're understanding that things are going to change. We still want to cut hard, move hard, take our open shots, but in conference things can get physical, and tricks are known by our opponents probably a little more than teams we've played thus far. And so we just need to make sure that our guys are ready for how conference season differs from the pre-conference season, which we just finished. So, we'll talk about it, make sure our guys understand. We don't want to get any injuries or anything like that, but we need to be ready to match some tough teams.
Are you guys maybe better equipped to do that? You went through the league last year,
Yeah.
got a taste.
I'm not sure. We do have some weaknesses that we're going to address. And last year we had a bunch of great guys who really bought in, but we built a little different. And so we won't know exactly what we're looking at until we get in front of a few CAA teams. But the guys like each other. They like being around each other. They like playing for each other. And to this point, it's been successful.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, for you one more.
Yep.
You reached 1,000 points tonight. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. I actually did not know. I thought I was like 40 to 50 points away. So when they announced it in the game, it was an amazing feeling because, it's something that you don't know if you're going to accomplish in your career. So I feel like it's a great individual accomplishment, I say, but I also feel like it's a team accomplishment too because the guys helped me get that. Like without them, I would not get into 1K. So, yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.